Welcome back. Now, 3 years ago, social media influencer Lindy and her husband, Joao, joined us on the show as newlyweds. But today, we have them back on the show, but not just as newlyweds, but rather a seasoned little family of 4. Welcome to the lot, I should say you 3.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Hello.
Look, there's one shoe there, there's a baby there, but listen, this is what it is all about. Welcome to your new role as parents. But before we get into the parent conversation, Lindy, the last time you were on the show, you had just said I do, newlyweds. When did you realize that the honeymoon phase was over?
I would say about a week after this one arrived. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
It was definitely a shock to the system because before, you know, it was all about hubby. Hubby was the guy. Now there are 2 different guys also in the picture.
Fighting for mom's attention.
Fighting for mom's attention.
And how did you take that? I mean, you used to be the king of the castle.
I'm still taking it.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not joking.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys did completely take on the role as husband and wife. We saw your love on social media. We got to celebrate it on the show. So when you needed to make that shift to mom and dad and no longer husband and wife, how did you find that transition?
Look, it was planned.
Yeah.
It didn't just happen overnight. It wasn't something that we just decided. And look, Lindy had rules as well. When we started dating, she said, you have to be married. We have to, then we'll talk about kids. So once that was out the way, we tried. And it took almost up to a year.
Yeah.
It took the first year of being married. And then you cry about it, you're excited. And then he's born and you go back to the gynae after the first visit and you're like, listen, is there a return policy? Please.
How did you find out you were pregnant? And how did you tell your husband?
It was actually quite a bittersweet moment. We were, it was our anniversary and we were on our way to spend our anniversary together and we actually had a car accident. So we had our car accident. I was a little bit bruised, a little bit banged up, and because I was a little bit late, I thought, you know what, it's fine, it was just the accident. And then a couple of weeks later, we actually found, hey, there's a bun in the oven.
Yeah.
So bittersweet.
I get that.
He was with me the whole time, so it wasn't a surprise for him.
And there's one thing that I
We
live...
went for the neck, came out with the tummy.
There's one thing that I absolutely live for on social media is just that reveal that mommy does with daddy, but there's also something so special about going through it together. And now that you've got 2 little ones, I know you brought the eldest son.
Yes.
Malachi, but there is a little one.
There
Yes,
is,
Josiah,
yeah,
yes.
he's just over 3 months now.
What would you say as a couple are your ins? What are you going into this year with that you're celebrating, and what needs to get cut out?
Well, definitely I'd say an in is kids' parties.
Yeah.
We've been to so many kiddies' parties, and out, I would say, is a lot of our friends, like late nights. A lot of the party nights, those are all out. This year it's all about Peppa Pig and, you know...
And Pinky.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Blippi, that one.
Well, welcome. You're going to find out about a Bluey, Blippi, Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig.
Oh.
I am so here for it, and I love seeing your journey as it continues to evolve and get deeper and stronger. Are there any last words in terms of not only your ins and outs, but the things you want to celebrate this year?
I like that thing that Lindy mentioned, the ins and outs of Peppa Pig and Coco Melon. Whereas my ins and outs are the responsibility of a family now. You know, everything's changed. You have to make sure they're going to be okay. Schools, oh my hat.
Yeah.
Schools is a different
You're already
thing.
on waiting list for
So,
2068.
Yes.
Honestly, when they were born, we had to apply
We
to certain
literally
schools.
are, for
and
both
you know,
boys.
it's not to sidetrack on that, but like the ins and the outs, it's more than just removing and placing. It's, you know, having kids, it's a true sacrifice. It's when it's no longer about yourself or you know, you see these people young having kids and all of that. You have to push through the difficult times because it will test your marriage.
Yeah.
We went from date nights and honeymoon phases, like you name it.
To nappies.
I asked Lindy, I nearly had a little panic attack on New Year's Eve because we didn't have a babysitter. And all I wanted to do was go see that G-Eazy guy.
Oh, yes, of course, the concert.
So it's
Sacrifices.
you know, yeah, it's all mind. It's all what you can control. It's all what you put in your mind. It's all You know, the things you can grab hold of.
But it's
That's
not
one
all
of the
bad.
ins and outs. No, it's not all bad.
We're making it
no.
sound like it's
good.
terrible, but it's actually.
You
we're
might
very blessed,
you
you
might
know.
feel like you're making it sound terrible, but you look incredible.
Oh, okay.
You look happy, and
Thank you.
it's also so incredible for myself, who was sitting with you on this very couch 3 years ago, to see the grown-up, grounded version of you two.
Nice.
So I celebrate you. I love you. And thank you for joining us, little man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, from newlyweds to a family of 4, these two, we wish them all the very best as they continue on their journey raising their little ones.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.